Angela Wolf here. With the wrap dress, the most common question is how to keep it closed and how to keep it modest. So here's a couple tips for you. So first of all, here's the knit dress. You can pull this up a little bit, and I usually use a pin to mark this, and I will just take a pin. Now, obviously I'm not poking this into myself, but I will put a pin through here, and then I will chalk mark where I want to put a snap. But a snap isn't always convenient. There are other options, but this is how I mark that. This would be for a knit dress, okay? On this one here, I could do the same thing and mark it and put a snap, or I can add something underneath, which is what I'm gonna show you. So first of all, I've just cut out a piece of, this is just stretch fabric, it's a knit. And if I were to open this dress, and because it's a knit, I could attach this to the side seams and still pull it over your head. So let me just set this under here so you can get an idea. And all the way around. And you could insert it right into the shoulder seams and into the side seam. And then when this is closed, of course you could also wear a cami, but this would be kind of nice because it's attached inside of there. So that's another idea. And what about if you just want something every once in a while, but not always? You just need to cover something up. Here I have a piece of knit fabric. I used a piece, this is just fabric cut on the cross grain that stretches. I attached it to the top. I cut it a little bit wide because I didn't know how much I needed. Then go back to your pattern. So if this is my front pattern piece, and I know that I want this to cover, say, just starting underneath the arm, I can line up my pattern. I know where it's going to connect, right here, and then slide this bandeau top or something like that right underneath here. You're gonna stretch it just a little bit, and then you can cut around this to attach it into the side seams. So you would lay this on top of your pattern, go around and cut through this, and I would just baste this together after I close the darts. One more thing is if you didn't want this to show, you could just tuck it under like I showed before and do a cover stitch. So this one's more like a bandeau, that's more like a built-in tank top. And one more thing is if you decide that, you know what, I just want to use a snap or a hook and eye, look for a hook and eye that looks similar to this. It's a straight line instead of having that whole loop. There you go. Instead of this kind, grab one of these, because what you could do is put this, sew it right onto here where you can hardly see it. And that way your loop will go over and around that and you'll never see it. So let me just show you visually. There you go. Your other hook and eye here is just like this. So, and then your last option, of course, if you want to do a little pattern alteration, is to raise this neckline similar to the knit top that I showed you earlier. And all I would do is take both pieces and make this a little higher and end on the side seam. A few ways to make your dress a little more modest.